As the world advances, countries make efforts to create more futuristic projects. These megaprojects are huge investments of time, money, and resources. In this video, we will dig deeper into the past and unveil the world's biggest megaprojects that wasted billions of dollars. Many remain abandoned merely because of poor planning and foresight, fiscal heads, and even stupid mistakes. We can assure you that each one of these megaprojects will blow your mind. So watch till the end and make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. London Garden Bridge. Let's start with the London Garden Bridge. This was a proposed pedestrian bridge over the iconic site of River Thames in London. It aimed to establish a link between the Temple Resistance Station and the South Bank. Its design of a floating garden would serve as a new public park too. The project was championed by former Mayor of London Boris Johnson and designed by architect Thomas Heatherwick. However, it was ultimately deemed a failure. The high-cost project was estimated to be around £185 million, but the expenditure kept rising. An additional £53 million was spent from the public funds before it was cancelled. Critics also argued that the selection of Heatherwick as the lead architect was biased. Furthermore, there were also concerns about the feasibility and sustainability of the project, particularly with regard to the ongoing maintenance costs of the bridge and the impact it would have on the environment. It was realized that the bridge was being built in a place where it was not needed. Ultimately, the project was called off in 2017 after years of controversy and delays. The investors thought that it was better to bear the loss than to continue with the costly investment. The city of Naypyidaw. Naypyidaw, a potential capital city of Myanmar, began as a megaproject in the early 2000s. Plans aimed to create a highly efficient administrative center for the country. Naypyidaw would also serve the purpose of reducing the population burden on Yangon. All efforts were put in to complete the construction of the city by 2012, but things went downhill instead. The project was estimated to have cost billions of dollars, and that amid economic difficulties. The military government funding the construction was criticized for its extravagant expenditure. Furthermore, the location was also troublesome. The remote area chosen for the city lacked quick access to major population centers and transportation hubs. Despite efforts, the city failed to attract necessary infrastructure and services to support its residents and visitors. In addition, it also lacked the necessary amenities, making it unattractive to potential residents and tourists. Naypyidaw also faced several political and social challenges, making it a huge mega-project failure. It now remains nothing but a ghost city. The Ciudad Real International Airport, Spain, our next failed mega-project, was planned in the most visited country, Spain. Also known as the Don Quixote Airport, was a mega-project aiming to create a major international airport in Ciudad Real, Spain. It was launched in the early 2000s, and it intended to serve as a major hub for international air travel. However, the airport proved to be a complete failure and was eventually abandoned. The construction was estimated to cost around €1.1 billion, making it one of the most expensive airports ever built in Europe. Ciudad Airport had one of the 5 longest runways in Europe, located 200 kilometers from Madrid. Private investors struggled to raise enough capital to cover the high construction costs running the airport. Furthermore, it was built in a rural area, far from population centers and transportation hubs. This proved to be a drawback for the airport to attract enough passengers. The times of economic recession further reduced demand for air travel and made it difficult for the airport to compete with other airports in the region. There were several operational challenges. For instance, attracting airlines proved to be unsuccessful. The airport also faced safety and regulatory issues, which led to its temporary closure in 2012. The airport was eventually abandoned in 2014 after its owners were bankrupted. Later, it was being sold for just €10,000. Block 37 Superstation, Chicago. The next project that we will be discussing is the Block 37 Superstation, Chicago. It was an underground transportation hub in downtown Chicago that aimed to connect different train lines, which included the CT, blue, red, and brown lines. This would be an endless journey between O'Hare and Midway Airport. It began in the early 2000s and was set to complete by 2009, however, things didn't go as they were planned. An initial cost of $213 million was spent on the project, but later this number rose to over $300 million. Being largely funded by public funds, the amount was highly criticized. Furthermore, the complexity of the engineering and construction process added fuel to the fire. Excavating large underground space, and that too in a densely populated area, led to a lot of issues. Legal and political disputes also contributed to the delay the project faced. Ultimately, the project was seen as a waste of public funds, hence it came to a halt in 2008, after more than $200 million had already been spent on the project. 10 years later, another attempt was made at this project by Elon Musk. His Boring company picked up the project, adding a spark of hope to its possibility. But this project still remains an idea, only making it a mega-project failure. Forest City, Malaysia. Forest City is a real estate mega-project located in Johor near Singapore in Malaysia, initiated by the Chinese developer Country Garden. It was a smart futuristic city planned to be built on 4 artificial islands covering 30 kilometers square. This green city was built around a forest ecosystem to provide its residents a jungle experience to boost tourism. The development was initially projected to cost around $100 billion. The site would generate tremendous profits owing to developers linking the city to Singapore and reducing the time taken to travel between both to just 20 minutes. Hence, the development was marketed heavily to Chinese investors, who were offered incentives such as residency rights in Malaysia and easy financing options. By 2019, 80% of the forest city was owned by the Chinese. The native Malaysians could not afford to buy as the property prices constantly rose. However, changes to Malaysian government policies and regulations in 2018, as well as the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, led to a significant drop in foreign investment. This slowed down the development. In addition, the development was built on reclaimed land, which raised concerns about the potential impact on marine ecosystems and coastal erosion. While the project has not been officially declared a failure, it has faced several challenges. The Ryugyong Hotel, North Korea. In the late 1980s, North Korea wanted to attract foreign visitors to the country. For this to happen, it planned to erect a pyramid-shaped hotel in Pyongyang. Rising 330 meters high with 105 stories, it would be the tallest of its time, intending to house, on the upper part of the pyramid, 5 revolving restaurants for visitors to enjoy a great scenic view of the Pyongyang skyline. However, the project worth $750 million faced numerous setbacks and delays. Its complicated engineering and design also presented several challenges in terms of construction and safety. In addition, the hotel's interior design and amenities were not well planned, which meant that the hotel lacked the necessary infrastructure and services to support the needs of its guests. The Ryugyong Hotel was also trapped between political challenges. The project being launched during economic difficulties and food shortages was already a bad move. As the Soviet Union collapsed, North Korea's economy went into a steep decline. The project was funded by the Soviet Union, and as the money behind the project dried up, it became difficult to continue the project. Despite numerous attempts to revive the project, like the addition of ornamental LED illumination, the Ryugyong Hotel remained unfinished and vacant for many years. The building eventually opened as a screen to use for nationalistic scenes and iconography in 2018. Famously called the Hotel of Doom, now remains nothing but the world's tallest unoccupied building. In a nutshell, it's safe to say that ranging from the London Garden Bridge to the Ryugyong Hotel, not all mega projects prosper, and the investments end up going down the drain. And with that, we have reached the end of this video. Stunned with these mega project fails? Let us know your feedback in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit the like button. See you in the next video.